Okay, thank you everybody. If you could please find your seats so we can get started. It's all right, we're only 12 minutes late. That's to be expected. This many elected officials, we're never gonna start on time, so. Hi, Sherry. All right, so we are gonna get started in just one moment. I'm not an elected official, so I don't get a gavel, but we can do that. All right. Thank you. Well, I'm on the schedule a little bit later, but to kick things off, we have first up our, I'm Mark Newmanville. I'm the city clerk for the city of Berkeley. Thank you all for being here. And first up is our acting mayor, Susan Wengraf.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Great. Okay, my name is Susan Wengraf, and I'm acting mayor of Berkeley for a few more minutes. It's my distinct honor to welcome you to this special meeting as we embark on a new chapter for our city. This morning, we celebrate not just the swearing in of our new mayor, Adena Ishii, and council members Shoshana O'Keefe, Brent Blackaby, and Terry Taplin, but also to reflect on the possibilities that lie ahead for our community. I want to acknowledge the electeds who have joined us this morning. I know I'm going to miss somebody. Please forgive me. I'm scanning the audience. Our auditor, Jenny Wong. Rent Board Commissioner Stephen Elston. Former council member Lori Drosty. Councilmember Mark Humbert. Councilmember Igor Trega. Former Mayor and Assembly Member Tom Bates. Former Mayor and State Senator Lonnie Hancock. Former council member and State Senator Nancy Skinner. Peralta Board of Trustees, Nikki Yuan Gonzalez. Okay, who did I miss? Council member Cecilia Luna Parra. Anybody else? Raise your hand. I said Terry Taplin. I said Terry Taplin. Okay. Albany City Council member, last name? As someone who's been involved in city government for more than 30 years, I have had the privilege of witnessing firsthand the transformative power of local leadership. Public service is both a profound responsibility and an extraordinary opportunity. It is about people and partnerships, qualities that I know this new administration embodies. To our incoming mayor, Adena Ishii, Congratulations on earning the trust and confidence of our community. Leadership is a journey in this city, and yours begins at a time of both great challenge and possibility. Your dedication to equity, transparency, and commitment to integrity in bringing our community together will serve to guide us in the years to come. To our new and returning council members, Shoshana O'Keefe, Brent Blackaby, and Terry Taplin, welcome and thank you for stepping up to serve. The work you do will touch the lives of every resident. Your voices, each one bringing a unique perspective, will shape policies that reflect the heart and soul of our very diverse city. Over the years, I've seen how the collaboration between the mayor and the council and the community have created the pathway to our city's progress. It is this collaboration that has allowed us to address complex and pressing issues, build meaningful partnerships, and find innovative solutions to very challenging issues. With this new council, I am confident that this tradition will continue. This morning, we celebrate the election of our civic leaders, but we also celebrate the collective power of civic service, of public service. Our challenges are very real: affordable housing, climate resilience, public safety, economic equity, to name a few. But so is our resolve very real. Together, we can reimagine our goals and work to create a city that we and future generations will be proud to call home. As we look ahead, let us remember that the success of our city depends on the collaboration between leadership and the community. To our residents, thank you for your engagement and advocacy. And to the families and friends of our elected officials, thank you for your support for those who serve. Your encouragement is essential to sustaining them in their work. Congratulations again to our mayor and council members. Thank you for your service to Berkeley. I look forward to seeing where your collective leadership will take us. Thank you. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Paul Budenhagen, our relatively new city manager.
Thank you, Acting Mayor, for a few more minutes. Wengraf. Let me just start by extending our deepest gratitude as staff to you, Acting Mayor Wengraf, for your many, many years of service. I've been hearing from people all over the city as I've spent the last week talking to people about your grace and your thoughtfulness and your courageous and kind stewardship of the city for these many years. So we are here to welcome the new, but I want to thank you first for all of your service. And let's thank Susan again. To the incoming council, yesterday we almost had a tsunami. It was scary. It was like 60 minutes of actual deep fear. And I do want to thank our public safety folks in the back and the staff who were involved. And today we have a different kind of a metaphorical democratic tsunami of a whole new group of people coming in to reshape the city in positive ways. And I want all of you to know the incoming Mayor-elect Ishii, returning Councilmember Taplin, new Councilmember-elect Brent Blackaby, and new incoming Councilmember-elect Adena, Shoshana O'Keefe that staff stands with you to make Berkeley as great as it can be and to make it a prosperous, wonderful city. Not that it already isn't, but to keep down that path. Staff is here to support you. We are excited to join you in the efforts to continue to improve Berkeley, and we look forward to partnering with you on that journey. As Acting Mayor Wengraf said, what did you say? Leadership is a courageous activity. It's also a contact sport here. So know that we have your back. We will be blocking for you. We will be supporting you. We look forward to helping you achieve all the goals that you set forward for us in policies moving forward. So on behalf of all the staff of the City of Berkeley, we welcome you. We look forward to working with you in partnership, and I in particular am delighted to work closely with each of you. So thank you. And with that, I'm happy to call up to the microphone Berkeley City College President, Dr. Denise Richardson.
Good morning, everyone. This is a proud day for us at Berkeley City College. It is my great pleasure to serve as the president here, and I welcome you to this historic event as we celebrate the swearing in of one of our own, Berkeley's new mayor, Adena Ishii. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of our esteemed trustee, Nikki Gonzalez-Ewan of the Peralta Community College District, our chancellor, Dr. Tamil Gilchristen, wishes she could have joined us today, but had a prior engagement out of town. Joining me today from BCC, I have with me our Academic Senate President, Matt Freeman, who was also one of Mayor Ishii's instructors, along with Jenny Lowood, another instructor of hers, and of course, our Vice President of Instruction, Chris Lewis. Thank you both all for being here today. As president of Berkeley City College, it brings me immense pride to stand here and reflect on this full circle moment, which serves as a testament to the power of education and the opportunities it can provide to individuals who are committed to making a difference. As a student, Mayor Ishii is remembered as a strong, determined leader, both during her time as a student here at BCC and throughout a career that has perfectly prepared her for this moment in time. Mayor Ishii, we are incredibly proud of the path that you've taken, literally from the classrooms of BCC to the steps of City Hall. I believe that you were meant to lead for such a time as this. And today, more than ever, we need the values that you embody. We need your integrity, your commitment to fairness and equality, your compassion, and your clear vision for leading Berkeley forward into a new chapter. Congratulations, Mayor Ishii. You inspire us and strengthen our resolve to continue this sometimes challenging but immensely gratifying work. Thank you for courageously standing in your purpose, and always know that we stand with you. Now I am pleased to welcome to the stage Berkeley City Clerk Mark Newmanville, who will administer the oath of office.
Thank you, President Richardson, and thank you again to BCC for hosting us for this wonderful event. I also want to thank the BCC staff that helped make all of this possible, and we also have our friends from Berkeley Community Media here that are broadcasting, and they'll be this will also be posted to their YouTube channel, so people that weren't here can enjoy it afterwards. So with that, we will start with the oaths of office. We'll go in district order. You may have noticed or wondered why re-elected Councilmember Bartlett couldn't be here today. He had a prior engagement. We will do his oath at a later date, but just we didn't forget to invite Councilmember Bartlett. I just want to make that clear. So we will start with our re-elected Councilmember from District 2, Terry Taplin. Okay. And raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Terry Taplin,
I, Terry Taplin,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations. Some nice pictures of you with the plaque. There we go. And then welcome to say a few words.
Thank you all so much for being here. I wish to express my deepest gratitude to the people of District 2 for their faith and their confidence and their trust. I wish to dedicate my victory to my mother and father, my grandparents, my sister, my nephew and my nieces, and my spouse. My dad is here. And it is the honor of my life to serve and represent my hometown, the neighborhood I grew up in, but nothing compares to my dad being proud of me, so I just want everyone to know that. This moment, I'm really humbled to be standing in this room because this is where I also began my academic career here on this campus. I actually met Mayor Ishii in the writing lab here at BCC where we both used to work. And she was the very first person to encourage me to consider running for council. So. I know that the years ahead will not be easy for us, but I have faith that as a community we will weather these storms. I am so excited for the new council and look forward to the new era of City Hall and city leadership. And there are so many people here. Mayor Bates, you signed my student leadership award when I graduated high school. And thank you all so much, and I look forward to working together.
Okay, well, next up is our new council member from District 5, Shoshana O'Keefe. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, raise your right hand. I, Shoshana O'Keefe,
I, Shoshana O'Keefe,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations. And then- No. Okay. And then
Not that short. Thanks. I just want to start by thanking a few people who are here who are especially important to me. My parents, both filming, Sally and John, cavelling so hard I think that something bad might happen, but I appreciate it. And my family, my boys Danny and Ian, and my husband Tim, who's over here, photographer, and many more. I'm not going to thank all the people who helped me get here because there's a lot of you here. So I hope I've thanked you personally, and please know you're appreciated. I want to tell a story. If you've known me long enough, you've known that I've always been really interested in government and politics. Always. Just been drawn to it. It's fascinating. It's important to me. But I never saw myself doing something like this. I wanted to be involved behind the scenes. I never thought of myself as an actual elected official. Until maybe 8 or 10 years ago, a friend of mine named Annie, who I wasn't even that close to. She was a person that was in my orbit and I looked up to and liked very much. And she was a very powerful person. And she pretty randomly pulled me aside one day and said, "Hey, Shoshana, if you ever run for public office, I will drop everything and help you." And I don't know where that came from. I don't know why she said it. But I think she saw something in me that I hadn't been able to see in myself. And that conversation really unlocked something for me. And I did start to be able to see myself doing this. And I wasn't sure I was going to, but it seemed possible. And here I am. So I'm wearing this pin. This is Annie. She's not here today because she passed away in 2018. And I wish she could be here, but she is. I've actually, not only is she here with me right now, but this pin, I had it on my body or in my purse every single moment that I was campaigning. And I thought about her every day. So she really was with me. So thank you. Just wanted to tell that story. It's really, really special person, and I miss her. So thank you.
Okay, next up, new council member from District 6, Brent Blackaby. Yes. Okay, raise your right hand. I, Brent Blackaby,
I, Brent Blackaby,
do hereby swear or affirm
do hereby swear or affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And then,
Thank you, Mark. Thanks for making sure I didn't forget any words. Appreciate that. It's really terrific to see so many friendly faces, and as Susan mentioned earlier, to join together as we celebrate the renewal of our democratic system here in Berkeley. I'm honored to be joining the City Council with a truly wonderful group of colleagues who want to serve our community and make Berkeley even better. At a time that we're entering some rocky waters nationally, what we do here locally really matters. I believe that government can be a force for good as we join together as a community to solve problems that we can't solve individually, and as we extend a helping hand to friends and neighbors that need our support. The people of Berkeley deserve a world-class local government that delivers top-notch public safety, affordable housing, safe transportation for everyone that uses our streets and sidewalks, vibrant public spaces, and so much more, as well as local leadership that stands up to defend our progressive values as a community. And I'm looking forward to doing all of that in our work together. I've got many people to thank quickly. I know we don't want to take too much time, and I wish I could mention everyone, but just to name a few. To start, I absolutely need to thank the voters in District 6 who've placed their trust in me to be their voice on the City Council. I don't take that for granted. Think about this. The people of District 6 have had only 2 council members over the past 32 years. Susan Wengraff for the past 16. And Betty Olds for 16 years before that. As we all know, these are 2 trailblazing, outspoken, courageous women who are passionate advocates for our district and dedicated to constituent service. They've set a high bar, and I will work hard every day to live up to their examples. Next, I'd like to thank my family. They're right here in the front row. For joining me on this journey. To my partner, Larry, who, to be honest, thought I was a little crazy when I told him I wanted to run in the first place. But if you know Larry, as many of you do, you know he never does anything halfway. So once we decided to do it, we were all in 150%, and never wavered in that for 1 minute. So thank you, Larry, for your love and your support. including taking on a little extra heavy lifting for the family while I was out knocking doors every weekend. Thanks to my two kiddos, Dashiell and Clara, who are sitting here in the front row. I'm so lucky to be your dad. And it was really both of you, frankly, that inspired me to run in the first place. Because we want to make Berkeley better for you all and for every family that lives here or wants to live here. So thanks in advance for putting up with some late Tuesday nights. Adena, I am counting on you to get us home before bedtime. So if you could live up to that promise, I'd appreciate it. Thanks to my mom for being here today. She's also in the front row helping with the kiddos. Thanks for the love and support you've always provided to me. And Dad, unfortunately, he couldn't be here. He was feeling a little under the weather. And happy birthday. It's your birthday today, by the way, so extra celebrations. My mom dedicated most of her career to community colleges as well. I sense a theme in everything this morning. She was library director at Treasure Valley Community College in Ontario, Oregon, and vice president of instruction at Walla Walla Community College in Washington State. So it's really fitting that we're here at Berkeley City College today. Thanks, President Richardson, for hosting us. I'm a big believer in the value of community colleges in making higher education affordable and accessible for everyone. So thank you for the role you play here in Berkeley and throughout the East Bay. A couple more thanks. Thanks to everyone who supported me in our campaign. I'm really proud of the campaign we run, the grassroots campaign we ran. We knocked on more than 4,000 doors. We almost got to every door in District 6. We were so close, we ran out of time at the end. But more than 100 people volunteered to help to host house parties, distribute yard signs, staff our table at the Solano Stroll, knock on doors. More than 400 people donated to fuel the grassroots campaign in contributions of $60 or less. Thank you to my kitchen cabinet of friends and advisors who kept me on track. Thanks to Noah, who did amazing work on our mail, wherever Noah is. There's Noah. Rose, Katie, Mike, David, Dave, Deanna, Romario, Larry. I think we had a combined total of about 1,000 years of previous campaign experience, some ridiculous number. It was an embarrassment of riches thanks to the relationships that Larry and I have been fortunate to build over the past 20 years, and we really couldn't have done it without you. Finally, I'd like to thank Councilmember Wengraf, Mayor Wengraf, for her mentorship, her support, and her friendship throughout this process. As I mentioned at the City Council meeting this past Tuesday, and we've heard it today, she leaves very big shoes to fill, absolutely, and nobody feels that more acutely than I do, for sure. But I can't tell you how many times, it was literally every day, that I was on the campaign trail out knocking on doors. I would introduce myself to neighbors. I'd ask people for their votes. I'd tell people about my story while I was running. I had this all very well-crafted spiel, all put together, poll tested, not really, only to hear back, that's great, but what does Susan think? And it's really a measure of the esteem, the respect, and the affection that your constituents have for you. So thank you, Susan. I'm grateful that you're not going anywhere, except I hope a lot of trips to Southern California to see your grandkids, and that you'll only be a phone call, a text message, or a door knock away. Thanks again to everyone for being here today. I'm really honored to be here. I'm honored to have the privilege of serving with some amazing colleagues on the City Council. I'm looking forward to the work ahead, so let's get to work. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you. And at this time, I'd like to introduce a special guest that's not on your program, but we do have Aya De Leon, the Poet Laureate of Berkeley, to speak to us today.
Tall girls on the mic. All right. It is a delight to be here today. I'm really appreciating all this millennial leadership, but the music in this piece is decidedly Gen X. when the votes went down in the city for Inauguration Day. Oh, she's gonna be mayor of our city. Oh, oh. I was born in 1967. So I was 2 years old and still living in Los Angeles when the Third World Student Alliance was making such good trouble on UC Berkeley's campus in 1969. Black, Latinx, Asian, and indigenous folks rose up demanding recognition from the university, resulting in African American studies and ethnic studies. People of color stood in solidarity, and when we fought together, we won. In 1976, I was a fourth grader in the Asian cluster at Franklin Elementary, now Berkeley Adult School campus. Some people remember, where I learned about Chinese and Japanese history, different stories from what my Black and Latinx ancestors faced, but our histories represent deeply connected legacies of racism, colonization, and resistance. When I went to college on the East Coast, race seemed to be more of a black-white binary, and some people said Asian Americans didn't experience oppression. I was stunned. It didn't ring true with what I already knew, and beyond model minority myths and lack of class analysis, they seemed unaware of the histories of Asians in the US, American imperialism against Asia, or the history of Third World solidarity. Because in 1969, those Japanese American students who participated in the Third World Student Alliance struggle had seen the US drop 2 nuclear bombs on their homeland, had seen the US round up and incarcerate Japanese American citizens, had seen these things during their lifetime. Our Japanese American elect mayor, Adena Ishii, was born in the 1980s. Members of her family were incarcerated during World War II. Decades later, the US government finally apologized and issued reparations. That wasn't enough for our mayor. She chaired the BUSD task force on reparations for Black folks in Berkeley. Oh, it's gotta be fair in our city. I also learned that she dealt with housing insecurity and became a survivor of domestic violence after moving here from Southern California. Now, I grew up on Berkeley electoral politics in the 1970s and 80s when my mom, Ana de Leon, was on the Board of Education. Candidates never disclosed those types of challenges from their personal history. It was a big deal that Barbara Lee talked about being a single mom. But today, we have new narratives about what it means to face those challenges and can see that as part of a leader's strength. We acknowledge the resourcefulness of those who have faced economic vulnerability. We affirm surviving as strength. Beyond just affirmation, I say we need survivor leadership as we move into 2025, when our president will be an abuser, unapologetic, unashamed. He and his people are threatening to round some of our citizens up and put us in camps, which is why we need to talk about Hawaii. In Franklin School's Asian cluster, I learned that during World War II, Japanese folks in what was then the US territory of Hawaii didn't face internment. The Japanese population was so large and there were too many people of color there, Asian, Native Hawaiian, Puerto Rican, even a few Black folks, standing in solidarity. When the fights go down in the city, I only voted for a first choice in this election, and I am thrilled that she won. And I call on Berkeley to live up to our progressive and anti-racist ideals. Let's be proud to have her as the face of our city. Let's support and nurture our young woman of color mayor. Let's offer her grace in her errors and praise for her successes. And as we move forward into an uncertain future, I'm grateful to live in a city with a woman of color mayor whose people have survived internment, who has survived abuse, economic vulnerability, has lived to tell the story, has fled from the abuser, has fought to change the narrative, has risen to the occasion, has practiced cross-racial solidarity. When the danger's on the way. Hawaii is an island, and people say Berkeley is a bubble, so let it be a bubble. Let's cast a circle of progressive protection around this city, around this Bay Area, around this state, around our people. I wish we could cast it around the whole world, but in tough times, there need to be places of retreat. During enslavement, my African-American ancestors ran north, but my Caribbean and Latin American ancestors ran to the mountains, to the sea, to neighboring islands. My Caribbean ancestors found maroon colonies. So with all our community gardens and tree huggers and raccoons and deer and mountain lions, let Berkeley become a wild place where trees and vines and human solidarity offer shelter and sanctuary to weary rebels and runaways. Let Berkeley nurture us to rest and rise up and fight a new day. Oh, I wanna be here in our city. Oh, oh. Thank you and congratulations.
Okay. Ready?
Yes.
All right. Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I, Adena Ishii,
I, Adena Ishii,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all. Thank you all so much for being here. Over 15 years ago, I moved to Berkeley to attend Berkeley City College with the hope of transferring to UC Berkeley. I'll never forget stepping foot inside BCC for the first time. I was so excited to be in this beautiful building and start this new chapter of my life. We're here today for another beginning. I'm honored to serve as the 23rd mayor of the city of Berkeley.
I want to take a moment to thank some important folks. Thank you so much first to President Dr. Denise Richardson. Thank you so much for hosting us, as well as the faculty, staff, and BCC community for hosting us today. I particularly like to thank my political science professor, Matthew Freeman, for teaching me the principles of organizing. Thank you to the city staff for being here today, and to City Manager Paul Budenhagen. Where are you? There you go. City Attorney Farima Brown and City Clerk Mark Newmanville, today's event planner, for your warm welcome into City Hall. Thank you. Thank you to City Council members, Wengraf. I know Kesarwani wanted to be here today, but she wasn't able to attend. Humbert, Lunapara, and Tregub, and their staff for being here. Congratulations to Council members Taplin, O'Keefe, and Blackaby on being sworn in, and congratulations to Councilmember Bartlett when he is also sworn in later. Thank you to my amazing team of campaign volunteers, our wonderful fellows who are sitting here in the back. Yes. My campaign manager, Sydney Chilamitos, and my consultant, Grant Martin. Yeah. Thank you so much to all my family, my sisters Emma and Erica, Serena, my daughter Chanda, my husband Andrew, who did so much to support me on the campaign trail. Thank you. So the Ishiis are a film industry family, and my mom always said that if we ever won an Academy Award, that we'd better thank her. I'm not going to win an Oscar, so this is it. Thanks, Mom. Really, thank you all for being here. And lastly, I want to thank the people of Berkeley for electing me as your new mayor. To those who supported me, I will continue to work hard so that you can be proud of your choice. And to those who didn't, I will work tirelessly to earn your trust. I am here to serve everyone in Berkeley and be mayor for the entire city. This is a historic moment. Our city just elected its first Asian American and first woman of color for mayor. For too long, Asian women have been seen as meek and subservient, certainly not leadership material. Taking this oath is one step closer towards breaking this stereotype and showing young women and girls that they too can be leaders. And that starts with results. So together we will build more housing so that we can address the high cost of living and house those living on our streets. We will invest in mental health, social services, and youth programming, as well as making sure our police and fire departments have the tools they need to keep us safe. We will address our city's vast infrastructure needs by making sure that our streets, sidewalks, and transportation systems are both safe and accessible. And most importantly, we will listen and make sure our community members are heard. We will hold ourselves accountable and seek to make our government more transparent. That is the message the people of Berkeley sent to the ballot box this year, and that is what we collectively will deliver in the months and years ahead. I've seen so much of what Berkeley is, and together we know that what Berkeley can and will be. I'm honored to represent you as your new mayor. I want to say one more thing. I've seen Berkeley, its challenges and strengths. While at BCC, I experienced housing and food insecurity. I'm a survivor of domestic violence and robbery. I've been hit by a car on my bicycle, but I also met my husband here. I became a mother here and made a home here, graduated from BCC and Cal. I am a real product of Berkeley. The next 4 years are going to be challenging on the national level, and we must stand strong here at home in Berkeley. We must focus on what we have control over. We may not have control over what happens outside the city's borders, but we can control what happens here at home. We must work together to continue living our values, stand united, and treat each other with respect. Many of us long to see a kinder country, a better country, a more compassionate country. The first step towards that dream starts here at home. It's time to unite against the kinds of forces in our country that threaten our values. It's time to come together as one and create an example of what a progressive city can be in the 21st century. So please join us in this movement. We are embarking on a movement for a livable, affordable, accessible, and safe city for all our residents. And as mayor, I'll be focused on building strong and productive relationships with my city council colleagues. We are a new council this year with a clear mandate to rebuild trust between the council and the people of Berkeley. I want to thank you all for your support and for being here this morning, and very grateful for this honor.
Well, again, thank you all. That concludes our program. I know there's some light refreshments out in the atrium, so please enjoy that. And if the elected officials would like to, we can, you can take some family pictures up here with the flags and everything. But thank you again all for being here. It's a wonderful day. Thank you to the Mayor Ishii for inspiring us to put on this night's event. It's been great, and thank you all. Thank you so much for coming.